Now I'm going to explain what the left wrist does, okay? Cocking and uncocking, what that means. So you guys can train yourself too with that. Let's do that right now. So the plane, which say is right here. The bottom of the plane all the way down to the end of the stick, but the left wrist would just be uncocking down the plane. Can you see that? Just like this. So it's not rolling, because that would move the club over the top. It's uncocking vertically. What does that mean? It's uncocking vertically, this way. Okay, but from an angle, judo chop type of angle. Meaning that I've got that pointed down there, and I just want to feel that. I would keep this palm behind, and I would keep both hands this way. And now I'm uncocking vertically from an angle, right? And I can just take the base of the fingers, kind of support the club. And now I'm just working on the club tracking down that plane. I can kind of see the tip of my stick here, maybe a ball's right there, and I'm uncocking right here. Then it's squaring up and then swiveling out. The uncocking is going this way, right? Tracking that way. I don't have to roll. A lot of students come in and they're rolling from the top to try to square the face up, and that's not proper. You can't accelerate. The velocity of the club comes from this wrist. The hinge point in the wrist is right here, right? That's where the hinge point is. We've already gone into this. We've talked about this, right? Swivel out. There we go. So a couple paddles like this. Show the angles. Got the weight of that forefinger back here, that mass of that club. It sets back just like this. Ball's on this bottom of the swing plane, plane line. I go back up like this, not complicated. But now I can feel that weight there. And this baby's pointing right down there at the bottom of that yellow stick. Just like this, right? And then I'm just down the plane. And the good thing about this one-arm swing is that the weight of the club is there. Well, you don't force the weight away from that pressure point. The pressure point is the back of this finger, like I was explaining. And what you want to do is keep it inert, which means not a force at all. When you start unwinding, it's just going to lag behind that finger that's driving or swinging, unwinding with that finger here pointing down that yellow line, like I was saying. And then we just pivot around and swivel out. So really help you understand what you're trying to do at impact. If you have a flat left wrist, then you would obviously need flat left wrist, which is in line, with the handle forward. It's going to be in line with the shoulder socket at impact. You would obviously have to have a bent right wrist. There's good impact. So address is here, impact there. Address here, impact there. So you can just see the impact position is a slight bump of the hips, boom, and then a little forward lean, which just is following what my pivot's doing, right? So if I keep the hands under me and the under me is moving, then it's going to push the handle a little bit forward. Go up here and I feel that plane. I feel on the back of the knuckle. I know where that is. So I do this quite a bit when I'm kind of out of sorts a little bit, and I'll just think, okay, I'm just going to uncock at a diagonal down the plane, just like this. And that helps me get right back in it, and I just let it go here and swivel out. I'm going to do one right now with, so I'll show you what I mean about this right here. I split my grip just a bit, and now I'm just going to uncock and then hold it right here and hit this ball. Here she goes. All right, so what I'm going to do for you now is just show you that from this position where it just looks like it's laying on the back of the hand here, but I'm going to support it with a little curl of the fingers. And then I'm going to uncock the left wrist into what looks like a pistol coming down, which would be like such. You can see that there? So I'm uncocking down the plane, and when it comes into impact, the handle's forward, and then I'm going to just let it go with a little pivot. Slow for you. Thumb's not even on. okay? And it's a nice feel when you just think of the uncocking is going this way, right? Tracking that way, I don't have to roll. A lot of students come in and they're rolling from the top to try to square the face up, and that's not proper. You can't accelerate. The velocity of the club comes from this wrist. The hinge point in the wrist is right here, right? That's where the hinge point is. So when you think about that, you go, oh, okay, right? So if I just did a little guy, boom. That's just a little like that. Ball went right down the middle. So that's a good one for you guys just to understand. I've got these arms basically pointing right down where the ball is. Be like this. Then I just cock it up on a little plane. You know, I call it the lower 180. Anything below my waist on a clock is 180 down here, circle there. The upper 180 is back here. I want to stay away from the upper 180 when I'm doing some work so I can just sense where my plane is. I have good central vision with my eyes. Once it gets back over here, I got no vision. I got a little peripheral vision down here as well. I can see my club head in the corner of my eye right there, and that's good too. But you're just like, boom, 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 uncocking that left wrist, uncocking, uncocking, uncocking. Footwork. So there's some really good ideas for you. And like I was saying before, a lot of my students that are here, they want online lessons too, because maybe they can't get to the range with me. So they want to get online, and we do work at home. And it's really beneficial because you can really absorb kind of what we're trying to do, use the baseboard like I'll describe for you, and other things like that. So you really get the alignments down, which are, that's what the pros are using. That's what they do. So try this out. Try to practice at home. Use that baseboard like I keep talking about. This thing wants to uncock right down to the bottom of the baseboard. You got your club wedged in while the wall and the floor, maybe 1 inch away so you don't gouge the wall by accident. But when you think about it, you just go, okay, if I just uncock centrifugally, it wants to go like this, on an angle down, and the weight of the club will go, provided by this left wrist doing this, by this left wrist doing the hinge pin there, just boom, the hinge pin there, okay? Boom, boom. PaulGormanGolf.com. Hit me up for a Zoom if you can't get here. If you're around the world, I can't wait to see you there. And we'll show you some other things about the systems of golf too, maybe stack and tilt, Morad. The golfing machine is what we're talking about today. Can't beat angles. That's where they all derive from, that golfing machine book by Homer Kelly. And my good pal, Lynn Blake, taking me under his wing and showing me the way, which is just helping me with my game and benefiting others I teach. So looking forward to meeting you online if you can't get here, or in Mexico. Hasta la vista in Puerto Vallarta this fall. PaulGormanGolf.com. Hit me up with a note. Let me know if you'd like to come out. Anything on your mind? Maybe we'll set up a call and we can talk and see what kind of program you want to put in for yourself. I do a one-on-one coaching, which is a 5 to 6 week series, and we go from there. So, hasta la vista. Can't wait to see you out here in Mexico. We're going to have a great time. Margaritas are on me. We're going to have a cool party up on my patio, looking over the marina and all of Mexico. Your first margaritas and shrimp cocktails along with tacos. That's on me. All right, everybody. See you in October.